How's it going, guys? My name is Joe. I am co-partner with my wife Dana for Dana Joe & Co., where we teach photographers all about how to run a successful photography business. We also do wedding photography full-time as well with Buchanan Photography. And in this video, what I'm going to be talking about is CRM. Now, if you are using a CRM, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you're not, you may be like, CRM, what the heck is that, right? So basically, CRM just stands for Customer Relation Management, right? So in the beginning, when you're just starting out with photography, you're not even thinking about this stuff. You're just thinking about, how in the world do I get paid? How do I get clients? How do I get customers through the door? Now, eventually, what you're going to start to have is a good problem. The good problem I'm talking about is you're going to have a lot of paying clients. And the thing is, if you're doing wedding photography or just about any photography, because if you think about it, even if they're recurring customers, they may only come back every 6 months to a year. But let's say in the case of wedding photography, right? Let's say I book a couple. Sometimes I'll book a couple 12 to 18 months out, right? How do I go from meeting them that first time, booking them, and then when I follow up with them throughout the 12-month period, how do I remember what we talked about? How do I remember what their interests are and what they're into and all the meetings and all the notes that we have, right? What are we going to do? So one of the ways we used to do it is we literally had this stack of papers, which is just absurd, right? So whenever a couple would contact us, we'd have to find their file in a stack of papers. We'd look through their notes and then be like, oh yeah, I remember them, and we chatted about this. Well, guess what, guys? It's 2019 at the time of recording this video. It's time to get yourself a software program, right? So I would say if you can, look, in the beginning, if you're bootstrapping it, you may not have the ability to get yourself a CRM because they can be costly. Some range anywhere from $15 all the way up to $50 a month. It just depends on how much you're using it and what you're doing. Now, I would say, though, the second that you have the ability to start paying for a CRM, to definitely find one and grow into it, because it is going to save you a significant amount of time later on when you start to get busy. I don't have a definitive number. Just do it when it starts to make sense for you and you have a little bit of extra money on the side where you can invest in a CRM. Now, I'm going to show you the CRM that we use and then the most popular ones that I see photographers using across the board. The beautiful thing about a CRM is it actually helps bring in all those client communications, right? So whenever I go to a meeting, I can come back and I actually can keep a file in my CRM program where I can go back and reference notes. I can send invoices. I can send emails. I can basically add on products, take off products. The CRM I use even allows me to create galleries. Now, I don't use them for galleries. I could. I actually like to use Shootproof. But if someone wanted that option and didn't want to pay for Shootproof, you could actually load up galleries into the CRM. I can keep track of mileage. I can see all my business expenses. I can keep track of what I owe in sales tax, right? It's literally everything all in one, so I'm not using all these different programs, and I can keep everything in place. The other beautiful thing, too, is I can get a quick look of all my upcoming shoot dates, right? So I can say, hey, I want to look at all my book couples, and it's going to put it in chronological order for the dates for their weddings or engagement sessions, whatever it is that's coming up. And I can keep notes on them for future reference if I want to reach out to them and talk to them, right? I can set up email automations. There's a lot that you can do. In order to run a successful photography business in the future, is what you're going to start to see is in the beginning you have a lot of time and not a lot of money. So you have the ability to bootstrap things and really do things that in the future you're not going to have the time to do. So in the beginning it's like you're doing everything. But as you get busier and you're shooting more and more clients, what you need to start doing is start creating a system that saves you time. And the only way that you're going to do that is you start to exchange your time for money. So you have a lot of time in the beginning, a little bit of money. Eventually it becomes to the point where it's like you have more money but less time. So you take that money that you're making and you're going to reinvest it back into your business by creating and paying for systems and programs that basically give back time so that you can spend time with your family and friends, and that your business doesn't own you. One of the easiest way to do that is using a CRM program. Now, I'm going to do a quick screen share. So I had this little thing pulled up, just basically saying, hey, it's customer relationship management tool, right? And then you can put, it basically does everything for you, right? But if you look at the top here, one of the I actually use Sprout Studio. We've been using this for a couple years now. It is built by photographers for photographers, right? So you'll see, I can see my list of shoots. I can see who my leads are. I can keep a list of contacts, galleries. I can actually do design proofs in here. It's a really, really powerful CRM. But one of the things I love is, because I'm a numbers guy, is I can see reports, right? I can see my sales. I can see my booking trends, income report, accounts receivable, expense report. This makes it super easy, so at the end of the year, I can take care of my tax information and just send it over to my tax person. I don't have to do it all because I've been keeping track of it all year. I can just send it over to them, right? If I click overview, what's really neat is I can see like what's past due, what's coming up. It shows me the weather here in lovely Phoenix, income at a glance, things I need to do, shoots coming up. If I click here, it shows me, hey, I've received payments, and then I can click OK, mark, great, thank you. I can see if I need to track someone down if they owe me. So I can see I have a wedding coming up this Sunday. So really awesome, powerful stuff. Before, I would have this in all different kinds of places, right? I'd have all these different kinds of papers. I was just disorganized, and it was a lot of waste of time. The other thing that I see people use is Tave. This is for creative professionals. I would say this is more on the advanced side because of the way that it's built out. I used it a very long time ago. I haven't used Tave since, but I know there's people who use Tave on the regular. You got these checklists that you can do, which is fantastic. Extremely powerful, right? Pricing. Let's take a look at what pricing is. I haven't looked at this in a while. So you'll see if you do monthly, so you can see CRMs will cost you a little bit of money, right? But the way that I would justify this is, if I use this program and it's $25 a month and I save 1 hour of my time, am I worth $25 an hour? 100%, right? I would say you're worth $50 an hour, right? So it justifies it if I can spend, and then obviously you pay and you'll be able to save money. The other popular one is Dubsado. I'm not affiliates with anyone except for Sprout because Sprout is what I use. I'm just showing you guys some of the things that other people are using. I know Dubsado is extremely popular and huge in the photography community right now, and I know Honeybook as well. These aren't the only ones. I believe there's Studio Ninja I've heard of people using as well. And there's one other one. I'm missing it off the top of my head. But I would say these are probably the top 4 that I see people using is Sprout, Tave, Dubsado, and Client Management, right? So I really like Sprout, and that's kind of the one I'm stuck with. But really, at the end of the day, all that other stuff doesn't matter. What matters is the fact that you're using a CRM and you're using this in your business, because if you don't have a CRM, then it is hard to stay organized, and that's exactly what this does for you. Plus, it has all the other extra bells and whistles. But it allows you to grow and scale your business because, like I was saying earlier, one of the key things is, as you scale your business, as you get busier, you're going to have less and less time. And you need to systematize. And one of the first things that you do in the beginning to systematize is use a CRM and use a bookkeeping system. So we'll talk about bookkeeping later, but I kind of threw that out. But take a look at some of these programs, see if it makes sense to you. Start out, keep it simple. Put a sample shoot in there and kind of see how the program works. Stick with it for a few months. If it isn't working out, switch to a different program. But I promise you, if you want to run a successful photography business, you are going to need a CRM. If you like that tip and you like this video, go ahead and hit subscribe or give us a like or comment below. Let us know if you have questions with what CRM that you're using or what you like, or some tips and tricks that you're using so everybody else can get some value from you. And then if you aren't already, come on over to our Facebook group. It's free. We teach photographers how to grow their business. You can find us over at the Booking Lab or the link below or above. Wherever on Facebook, just type in the Booking Lab and you'll find us. Come join us. It's a free group. We'd love to have you. Bye, guys.